Jackie Goldschneider. I mean, we've been talking a lot about Jackie lately. I mean, first off, I don't know why are we talking about like these rumors and nastiness about who's coming back to RHONJ. I mean, we're gonna find out tomorrow, next week, in 6 months at BravoCon. So why are we just it is what it is. We have no control over this. So why do we keep talking about it? But there's a lot of talk that like Marge, the Saj, you guys know my friend Margaret, and Dolores, and Melissa are coming back. Fessler's going to BravoCon. I really hope Fessler's not back. She's just so thirsty. I hate thirsty people. And the rumor is that Cabral isn't, and Fuda isn't, and well, I mean Jennifer Aydin obviously isn't. Teresa may or may not be back, and it doesn't seem like Jackie's going to be back. I actually like Jackie, believe it or not. But the point I'm bringing all this up, we've also been talking about Jackie. She's inserted herself right in the center of Louis' ongoing legal issues with his ex. She made a statement in favor of Louis. She doing that to kind of stick it to Marge, the Sarge, or is she doing that to stay in good graces with Teresa? Newsflash, Jackie, it is 2025. It's not the early aughts. Being in good with Teresa doesn't necessarily solidify your future on the Bravo network. Again, I've said this before. If a good friend of mine from college, I have a really good friend from college, you know who you are, a high school, law school. Like, if we're talking like a long time, I would come to your defense legally. But if you were like my work colleague, I ain't inserting myself in any legal mess. You go fight your own battle. Leave me the fuck out of it. But more power to her. The point I'm bringing all up is we are sharing this. We had this summer series this past summer, sharing these from the Vault series, which have never been aired. We had Claudia Jordan. We had Juicy. Juicy came back on the podcast. We had Catherine Dennis. Now, today, we are sharing this never before heard. This from the Vault series was so well received. We're extending it into the fall. I mean, it is September, early September. It's not like the heart of the fall. Still hot out. I'm in New York City at the moment. But anyway, enough about me. We're doing this. We're sharing this from the vault. Never before heard. This has never been before heard. Chat with Jackie Goldschneider recorded at a prior time. Why are some things left in the vault and why don't they air? We have a live show. We have like three a year with Sarah Fraser. Although now that she's pregnant, we might do a live show solo or with Amir. Let's do a live show with Amir, right? I got to organize all that. It's been on the list. Everyone gets a question. And by the way, this is a great question to ask. So, why are certain things in the vault and come out when I am ready? Well, that is a question. Ask it. You only get one question at the live show. Maybe you'd rather ask something else. But anyway, it's a good question. This is a from the vault chat with Jackie Goldschneider. It has never before been heard by anybody except me and Jackie. Are things the same? I mean, has nothing changed? Is this the same Jackie today that was the Jackie in the past? We cover it all. So kick back, relax, and roll. Here is our chat from the vault and never before heard with the one and only Jackie Goldschneider. Hey everyone, this is David. Welcome back behind the velvet rope. Let's just get right into it today because we are joined by the one, the only Miss Jackie Goldschneider.
What's up, everyone? I can't believe that I'm here.
I mean, Jackie, this has been so long in the making. I have wanted you on this podcast. Like I say the one and only, but this really is. I have wanted you here for about 4 years, just
Oh,
FYI.
I'm so happy to be here, but I know we've had our ups and downs. I can never tell when you like me or when you don't. So,
Listen, oh my gosh, starting out with a little bit of shade. I always like you. If you go back and listen, I truly always listen. I love all the lawyers. I've said that on this show many times. I love the lawyers. Well, listen, it's all good. I love you dearly. You're right back from
same.
BravoCon, but thank you. Before we get into all this stuff, let's start with a book. Like you've been busy. You wrote a book. Talk to me about this.
Yeah, I'm so proud of it. I wrote it over the course of I started like last August and it really poured out of me. It only took me a few months to write, but it was such an important part of my recovery process. I had anorexia for 18 years and I don't know that I would have fully recovered without putting all of these terrible memories down on paper and turning them into something good.
Was that really, well, like starting at the beginning, because I actually was overweight as a child. So, like your book, I mean, your story does, to a much lesser extent, it does resonate with me. I have food issues and noise in small doses. But I mean, like starting at the beginning, like when you were young, like, did you just always like, were you always overweight? Like, was there something that kind of triggered and I did read your book, but just for everyone that hasn't, like, is there
Yeah.
one factor that kind of led you there?
Yeah, I was not overweight as a young kid, but when I was a teenager, I moved, and I left everything I knew and moved to a really like empty area of a new town, and I had no friends, and I started gaining weight. I was really lonely. I was eating a lot, and I started gaining weight really quickly, and I was obese by my junior year of high school, and I think all of the loneliness and the trauma and being teased, it all compounded. And a doctor my senior year told me that I would not have a good time at college if I went there fat. And he put me on Weight Watchers, and I just learned how to, food became a calculation rather than a way of like enjoying life. And I I just, I started to think of food only as something evil and something mathematical, and it never left me. And then in my 20s, after years of yo-yo dieting, I still had that calculation mentality, and I basically tried to play a game where I could see how little I could eat, and it stuck, and I couldn't get rid of it.
Wow. And was it just like all consuming? Was it like every day, or was there just like, okay, that was an hour where I was focused on school? You went to law school, like we were just saying, like, or was it really just like food was in your mind 24/7?
Um, Food was on my mind 24/7. Weight was on my mind 24/7 because once I had gotten, it took me about a year to get, maybe a little over a year to become absolutely emaciated. And then I had to work in overtime in order to maintain that. So my whole life was based around maintaining that weight. So even though I had other things in my life, I got married, had babies, moved, I was practicing law, it was always there. I mean, it was just like breathing. Like it was just something I had to do 24/7. So I compartmentalized my life.
Wow. I mean, one story in the book that stuck out to me was the story like where you went on vacation with Evan and you had to bring the
Yeah.
cans of tuna fish and first
Mm.
of all, I don't even know how you get this through security. Like there's tuna fish going on the airplane and like you have all this can of tuna and like you're going into the bathroom after each meal and just eating tuna in private.
Yeah, I just didn't care. I mean, my mentality, eating disorders are a mental illness, which I'm not ashamed to say at all. I totally own that. I had a really bad mental illness for a very long time. And you lose sight of your health and you make so many excuses for why it's okay for you to do this. And so I wouldn't eat at meals. I would just bring food with me and then go hide in a bathroom and eat what I was comfortable with. Everything became about my priority was maintaining my weight. So I didn't care what other people thought of what I was doing.
When did Evan become like aware of this? I mean, you were hiding the tuna on vacation in the beginning, but like when did
Yeah.
he become and then how did he kind of factor into this?
He started noticing very, very strange eating habits when we were dating. And he tried to say something to me once, and I exploded on him because the eating disorder was mine. And it had given me a different kind of life, is what I thought. I was suddenly thin, and, I got these long blonde hair extensions, and I looked like the person I always wanted to look like, even though I was incredibly unhealthy and struggling inside. And I didn't want anyone to take that away from me. So everybody was a threat. And if anybody mentioned it to me, I considered it a threat. So Evan tried at the very beginning to talk to me about it. And I unleashed on him. And understandably, he didn't try again for a while. But Evan always let me know that he was there and that if I was ever open to talking about it, he was waiting for me. But it's hard. Like I say in the book, no one gives you a guide when you get married on how to help your wife if she's killing herself in front of your eyes. So I can't, people say to me, do you wish Evan would have done more? There's nothing he could have done because I was not open to receiving anything.
And what do you think? Because again, like I have had my own food issues throughout the years. Like, what do you think food noise is? Like, is it control or is it like you said, like you were in the middle of nowhere and you weren't popular and you just kind of hide away? Is it like emotional eating or is it control? It's control. You can control something, right?
Yeah, I mean, the eating that I did in high school was to feel good because nothing made me feel good. Um, and when I stopped eating, that was all about control. That was anxiety. That was me really wanting to be a different person than the person I was. It was self-esteem issues, really bad self-esteem, thinking that I had to change myself so drastically in order to like myself. It was a lot of things, but definitely control.
What did you do when you were pregnant? Because I mean, you had to eat.
Yeah, it was bad. I didn't want to give up anorexia, but I obviously wanted to have healthy children. So I went to a prenatal nutritionist as soon as I found out that I was pregnant with twins the first time. And I said, can you give me a food chart of the minimums that I have to meet in order to have healthy babies? And she tried talking to me and telling me,